today. I'm like, is it going to rain? Is it not going to rain? And like, well, we better shut the doors because Russ said, no outside noises.
Yeah, I had to shut my door too. Just in case. You never know what's going to go out there.
There's a huge bull for the complex right outside. And like, these kids like, wee, they're screaming. I'm like, that's not going to work. And there's a dog next door that goes on nuts. I'm like, that's not going to work. Right?
So you ready to go live?
Yeah.
Ready.
We're going live. We're already live on
We're already
several
live.
platforms. We're already on a couple of platforms. So welcome, everybody. I'm Russ Johns, host of the Pirate Broadcast, founder of the Pirate Syndicate, bringing live action and activity here today. So today we're going to be talking about the benefits of Staywell copper and all of the amazing things that go along with that. And we'd love to introduce Marcia. Thank you so much, Marcia, for being here. So let me get ready to go live on the Amazon live show. And we'll get here. We got a couple of more minutes, but I wanted to make sure that we were live. We were making our connections were okay. Everything's golden and groovy. And let's make sure that we have a connection here. And let's see. Let me check this out because there's a little delay in this. So, Marcia, do you want to mention a little bit about what we're going to be talking about today?
I'd be happy to. Russ, first I want to thank you for hosting all of us and for hosting this Amazon Live. We are all here today to talk about how important staying germ-free and healthy is to our daily lives. I am the CEO and founder of Staywell Copper. We manufacture antimicrobial copper items that attach to the things you touch most, like our cell phones. This phone patch kills 99.97% of germs when you touch it. And we carry 80% of our germs on our hands. So keeping this on our phone cases while we talk, text, and touch helps keep our hands germ-free. Yay, thank you, Jenny. I'm happy to say that my husband and I have not even had a cold for now 5 years. And I know, Cece, you have, 3 years?
Yeah, I'm going solid 3 years. I have not even purchased any flu-like medications. No need to.
And it's just important we use our copper every day on the things we touch most. And it's been quite a journey getting to this point. I was diagnosed with a very, very serious case of MRSA staph infection in my lowest part of my spine. I was in the hospital in Chicago for 6 months. I had final rites twice, 6 surgeries, and I had to learn to walk again. So staying germ-free became very real to me very fast. And that is what started my journey on trying to find an all-natural, chemical-free way that we would be able to stay healthy and germ-free. And that led me down the path to antimicrobial medical-grade copper. And that's what we make all of our products out of. We're really excited to be on Amazon. We feature our medium phone patch on Amazon. It's available just like this. And when it comes, you take it out of the package. Yep. It has a specially designed 3M adhesive on the back, so it sticks to your cell phone, your tablet. Some people use it on the inside of their wallet where they touch their money and their credit cards, incredibly germy places. But the cool thing about Staywell is this one piece of copper will kill germs forever. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 100 years from now, this piece of copper will still be killing germs. And it will tarnish because copper is natural and it will oxidize. I have one here on this phone that's pretty tarnished, but it kills just as many germs, tarnished or shiny. It's up to you. I do know on Russ's Amazon live down below, you'll see 2 of my favorite copper cleaners, Wright's Copper Cleaner, which you can buy on Amazon, and Tarnex. Both of these work great to clean copper. And I use both of them. I like them both very much. You can also do it naturally with lemon, but I don't always have a fresh lemon around, so I keep these on as my backup. But interesting. I also have a little surprise guest. I want to introduce you to Beeple. This little sweetie is my office mascot. Beeple was made for me by my 13-year-old granddaughter, Kate. And Kate, Beeple's in my office every day. He makes me think of you with your cute smile and your big, generous heart. So to the world of Staywell Copper, meet Beeple.
How cute.
Adorable. Yeah.
That's adorable.
So Cece, do you want to tell us a little bit about how you found out about Staywell, how it impacts
Absolutely.
your life, and how you're using it?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm actually a licensed massage therapist. I have my own private practice for almost about 3 years. And I believe Marsha's husband, Ted, found me on a website I used to market myself on. And we just hit it off ever since then. And, you know, it's been a true blessing to have Ted and Marsha in my life. They introduced me to Staywell Copper, and I've been using it ever since. As you can see, I wear the necklace. It's very important for me that I stay healthy, not only for myself, right? I also I have a roller on my keys as well. On my keys. It's extremely important that I do stay healthy, not only for myself, but for my clients as well. And unfortunately, last year, my mom, she was diagnosed with cancer, and she did have her special pancreatic Whipple surgery, they call it. So it's really important that she also stays germ-free. My family, we all have the Staywell Copper. And I mean, we have not been sick. It's been literally about almost 3 years. I haven't had a cold. And, you know, I encourage my clients I encourage my clients to go and spread the word, and kill these germs, you know, especially with this whole virus going on. It's really important that we all stay healthy and clean.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, I want to give a shout out to all of the individuals that are joining us or are joining us. And if you can unmute and follow us, we'd love to have you, leave some comments, some questions, whatever it happens to be, because we're talking about Staywell Copper and the opportunity to actually reduce and remove germs from your life with a simple process that's been around for, well, as long as the planet's been here, I think. Yeah. So I just want to invite you in and welcome you. We're talking to Marsha and Jenny and Cece and talking about Staywell Copper. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Russ. And as you just mentioned, copper is part of our earth, and the earth has a magic ability to cure almost everything that gets thrown its way if we let it do it. When I wanted to find an all-natural way to kill germs, I went back in history and I found out that the Egyptians 6,800 years ago were using copper. They found out if they stored their water in copper vessels, it didn't get scummy. And that's the beginning of recorded history that copper had some effect on keeping water pure. Copper's a soft metal, so when they made their spear tips out of it, and they would shave the spear tips and save all the shavings and put them inside different wounds they had that kept them from getting infected. So that was the beginning of copper doing something pretty special.
I love that story. I love that story. I want to ask Marsha, is there any allergies that are associated with copper? Because I haven't heard anyone talk about anyone being anywhere, it's non-allergenic as far as I know. So,
well, copper is an element that we need in our bodies. We eat copper in some of the foods we eat, and we do need a certain amount of copper to have a healthy immune system. There are a very slight percentage of people who will have a reaction to copper. They will know it immediately. So I have not yet, knock on wood, Beeple likes that. Beep, beep, beep. We have not yet had anyone that has had a copper allergy, and we hope it stays that way because the benefits are so important to stay healthy and germ-free all naturally. Jenny, why don't you tell us a little bit about your medical journey and how copper is changing your world?
Yes. So before I forget, I was just going to say, I had told Marcia that I've had a reaction to copper before. And somebody had given me a copper bracelet from a really, really expensive store in Beverly Hills. But you know what? Probably wasn't pure copper. Probably had other reasons. Yes. And so if something like that happens to you from copper jewelry or earrings or bracelets or necklaces, it's not really pure copper. So I'll let Marcia talk to you guys about the type of copper this is, because it's not everyday copper that you find.
I have found over 400 ways that copper is alloyed. What we use is medical grade, antimicrobial, American copper. And I stress that because there are counterfeiters that do come in from time to time from China. And I have bought them on Amazon. The quality is disgusting. It's not something I just look at it to see what I need to do before I ask Amazon to take off the counterfeiters. But we're American grade. Our copper is a very interesting story. We get it from Revere Copper. They are the oldest manufacturing company in the United States. They were founded by Paul Revere in the late 1700s. And in 1801, he was given the first grant by the US government to start a copper rolling mill. That same company has been in operation all these centuries later, and they are a phenomenal company. Our copper is recycled, so we are not damaging the earth when we make our products, but it's all pure and it is processed to the highest level, medical grade antimicrobial copper.
Yes. Yeah. So thank you, Marcia, for letting everybody know that. Because some people will be like, well, I have these copper mugs. They're the same thing, but they're not the same thing. Marcia, I know Marcia's going to talk about this now or later, that when you see the copper mugs and you're having your drinks at the bar and all that stuff on them, if they're shiny, then they have a lacquer on them. And so they're not actually antimicrobial at that point. Is that
good
correct?
point, Jenny? And
that is a good point.
A quick sweep. My water bottle is it's all 100% copper. It's shiny on the outside because it's been lacquered, so it will never tarnish. The inside is very dark because it is not lacquered, and that's where my water is exposed to the copper's ability to kill germs. So I don't see that, but it doesn't bother me because my water is very fresh and clean tasting when it comes out of the copper water bottle. But you're right. If you see copper, like the Moscow Mule mugs that restaurants serve, those don't kill a single germ. When they put the lacquer on, it deadens copper's electromagnetic ability. Copper kills by the electromagnetic force of the copper piercing the molecular structure of the germ. And when it pierces it, it kills it dead. And that's important because a lot of the drugs just kind of knock them down and dull them, but they come back stronger and resistant. And that's why copper is such a wonderful product, because it does kill them dead in their tracks. And that's what we want.
Which makes me very happy. And also, I know I'm not talking about myself quite yet, but Marcia, will you explain to everybody when we say it kills all the germs, and people are like, well, some germs are good for you and some aren't. Mm-hmm. So you were telling me there's two different types of cell walls on germs. And so some are good for you and some are not.
That's very true, Jenny. And there's some great research on this. There are germs that are good for our body. We do need germs on our body to build up our immunities and our resistance. And what science has found is that good germs have a very thick cell wall, and copper does not kill them. The bad germs, like COVID and the flu germs and the cold germs, bacteria, virus, and the germs that we want to kill have a very thin cell wall. So it's much easier for the copper to penetrate and kill them. That's a great point, Jenny.
Yeah. Is it FDA that just heard this?
Oh, it's been proved for a while
Right.
by science.
Right.
Our
So-
product was just granted full EPA registration on March 18th, St. Patrick's Day. We got
Yes.
our EPA registration. So we believe we're the only direct-to-consumer copper company with EPA registration, and we're very proud of that. And it would not have happened without the help of Revere Copper. They helped us march through that long process.
So when you said
Wow.
COVID, I was like, people are probably going, what? But I mean, they said in that press release that you sent to me, COVID, MRSA.
Yep.
So it's very important.
Oh, it kills E. coli, Listeria, Salmonella. It kills all this stuff. And it's so neat because it lasts forever. When you think of what a family of 4 spends a year on hand sanitizers, and then one purchase of copper that lasts forever, the financial comparison doesn't even exist. Plus, if you've seen the chemicals that are in hand sanitizers, they will actually eat the paint off of metal. And I found that out firsthand by going to a restaurant not far from my home. I walked in and I saw this hand sanitizer floor display, and I took pictures of the base that caught the drippings of the hand sanitizer. It had eaten through the paint. Now, folks,
Oh
is
my
that
gosh.
really what you want to put on your skin, your loved one, your children's skin, your loved one's skin? No. And this, you can just, it's just an easy access. Everybody has their phone with them all the time, except my friend Sonia. She sometimes doesn't have her phone, but we're working on that. But everyone has their phone with them. So it's just such an easy way to stay germ-free.
Yeah. With this one, I don't do
Absolutely.
the larger one, but this is fine. And I do this all the time. I'm at doctor's offices all the time. I'm like, all right, that has a halo effect, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That's what I love about it.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Like this at all.
The halo effect is copper is the only metal that has the halo effect. So while it kills 99.9% of germs when we're touching it, it kills 70% of germs within a 16-inch radius. So while you're talking, texting, and touching, it's still killing 70% of the germs around you. So it's the only metal that does that. That's very cool.
That's amazing. Just go over there and just start wanding everything. So when I go to the grocery store and I bring this and I actually kind of rub it on the railings and anything that I touch, and everybody's like looking at me like I'm crazy, and I'm like, no.
You know, Timothy, you've made a very good point. And a lot of people say, well, how do I clean this copper? But here's the neat thing about copper. It is self-sanitizing. It kills its own germs while it's killing your germs. So that's another neat, it's all just so positive. It doesn't make sense to not arm yourself with we call it nature's hand sanitizer.
There you go.
Yeah. Did you, when you were going through this research process, Marcia, I have to believe that there was an aha moment where you discovered, holy cow, why is this not being broadcast around the world every single day on every single,
Absolutely.
news media or outlet? I mean, I've actually been to not the Paul Revere mines, but the Kennecott mine, which is the largest open pit mine, I think, in the world, or it was for copper. And it's amazing how much effort and energy goes into producing copper. It's in our houses, and it's electrical. It's all around us. And yet we don't hear about the effects and the benefits of the copper products. And I'm just kind of floored by that omission in fact.
I actually, Russ, have a couple of aha moments that happened as I was finding my solution to killing germs. But one of the big aha moments was, okay, I learned that the Egyptians, the Greeks, and the Romans used it. And I remember my grandparents and my great-grandparents having copper bracelets on for arthritis and inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, it all went away. And I couldn't figure out why. So being curious, I dug in and did some research. Here's what I found. Back in the 1800s, John D. Rockefeller was our country's first billionaire. And in the 1800s, $1 billion was a lot of money. It still is, but back then it was a huge amount of money. And he had so much money that he started buying pharmaceutical companies. And then he started buying our legislators' votes. And they passed a law with his financial support that said that only things prescribed by a doctor would be paid for by insurance. Why would that be important to him? Because he was selling drugs to these doctors. So that cut out chiropractic, acupuncture, massage, all the holistic, natural cures that we had used for hundreds of years. So the use of copper, the way it was pre-John D. Rockefeller, pretty much ended, because if somebody's going to pay for your treatment, are you going to pick the free treatment or the one you have to pay for? So it really dealt a big, tough blow to copper. And I just decided who better to bring it back, because this is my passion, and I really do want to live in a world that's free as possible from harmful germs. And we have 200 people in our focus group that since August of 2019 have not only not had COVID, none of them have had a cold. So we're starting to get some pretty nice data about the validity of copper in keeping people well. Like I say, my husband and I have been 5 years cold free. I have a friend who was going to hop on today, but she has had technical problems. She has been 3 years cold free. And Cece's been 3 years cold free.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Jenny, you're a new user, and I'm really anxious to see. You've been using it a couple of months now.
Yeah.
Can you tell any difference?
Well, actually, I've only had it about a month now, but I can. I mean, I've been, knock on wood, I've been pretty fortunate, I would say, because I do have Lyme disease, and I've had it for a very long time, and I have a lot of autoimmune diseases because of that now, and I've been pretty safe with this. And what's funny about it is I go like that, I'll be like the chiropractors or my integrative health doctor or PT, they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, it's copper. They're like, well, that's kind of weird. And I'm like, but it's not. Then my caregiver's like, oh, no, she'll tell you all about it. how many strains of bacteria is going to kill him? Like 99.97.
Yeah.
They're like, what? I mean, I even was at Verizon, like I was telling them, and they were going, what is that on your phone? Is it a piece of metal? Because I had to get a new phone, and they're like, I said, no, that's copper. And they go, well, what's that going to do? And she was like, oh, she'll tell you about it. I'm like, hey, but it smells, kind of smells like copper sometimes, but probably because I haven't cleaned it all, but it's worth it. I don't care about the smell. I don't care about any of that. As long as I know, then I go like this, and it has this halo thing. He's like, and there she goes. She's going to be like, going like this over you, whatever your hands, or those keyboards you guys are touching. But it's true. Yes. And now he's wearing his little roller thing around his neck. Today I was like, I think you have, it's funny though, Ross, you'll get this. I go, I think you still have shaving cream on your neck. It's whatever. Because he came over and goes, no, that's my little cheat. I was like, oh, okay. Thank you for wearing that, because I didn't think you would wear it, but he's wearing it all the time. Yeah. I also we're going to talk about the little, the keychain one.
Pardon?
The keychain, little.
First of all, guess who we have? We have Rich coming on board too.
Great.
So let's get Rich in place, and
hey, Rich.
Fantastic.
Hi.
Welcome,
Hello.
Rich.
Welcome.
How you guys doing?
Rich is our king. Rich is our king of copper, and I'm really excited to introduce him to Amazon Nation. We not only sell on Amazon, and you can find us under Staywell Copper Phone Patch, and you'll find our product, but Rich is an engraver who takes our copper and puts corporate logos on them. He did this one for Russell Brunson with ClickFunnels. He did this one for Tony Robbins. You all probably know Tony Robbins.
Yes.
I think the captain might have one there, the admiral. Do you
I
have?
have one. It's on the back of my phone that we're broadcasting through, so
Right.
I can't quite put it on screen. But
Is it pirate?
absolutely, I have another one here. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing. I'll
there
get
it
this
is.
so you can see that. So
Beautiful.
that's fantastic. I
Beautiful,
love the
Rich.
work, Rich. Appreciate
You
you.
know, yours was one of my favorite logos because it looks so cool.
That's awesome. I'd love to hear it. Hopefully, it wasn't too difficult. So.
No, that's what I do, man.
Hey, I have a question, really quick question, sidebar. If I create a QR code on my copper label, will it transfer on camera?
Are you talking about if we engrave one on there?
Yeah.
Oh, Rich, we've got to try that.
Yeah, we're going to try
I
that.
like marketing.
We got to test. Something we
Yeah.
got to test.
I
Okay,
need
we're
to
gonna-
make a QR code for Staywell. So I just learned today at the
That would be
Arizona
awesome.
Founders meeting how to make a QR code. So I will make one. We'll put it on a patch and we'll see what happens. We have no idea.
Well, you know, the
That'd be
videos
awesome.
that I put out, Marcia, I actually have a landing page that gives all my social media information and everything else. And when we were going out to networking events live, I would take a QR code and put it on a magnetic name badge. And then people just have,
Yeah.
so I could just have people scan it and then it would connect all my social media. And I was thinking
Yeah.
with Rich's and your copper product and Rich's talent, we could actually create a QR code on the back of our copper. Then you always, people could just flash my phone and that's my card.
Okay, Rich,
Yeah.
we got a new challenge. Rich, would you like to tell everybody out in Amazon land about how we met, how long you've been personally using copper? I don't know if you had ever engraved on it until Staywell.
Definitely didn't have, engrave on copper. I do apologize. I lost my voice this week. Perfect timing. It's really fun how Marcia and I met. She's been a huge blessing, her and Staywell, in my life. But how we met is just amazing. We met at a trade show that we both went to thinking we were going to sell our talents. She had these cool looking copper things, she had them all over the table. And then I was trying to show that I could do custom engraving, expecting to find some, really neither of us had any luck at all. It was a horrible show. However, since my booth was so dead, I just got up and walked, right? And so I come across this lady with all these copper things all over the table, right? And I asked, like everybody else asked, "Oh, are you giving these away?" She's like, this look like I'm kind of selling them. And she told me about what they do and everything. And I thought it was, awesome. But I noticed they were blank. And I said, I could engrave your logo on that because you're putting these out in the world all over the place. And if someone sees it, you want them to know what it is, where they got it, and who they should get it from if they want one, right? And she said, so at the end of the show, she dropped by some samples. And I took them home and I engraved on them and gave them back to her. And kind of the rest is history. We've been doing her logo on some and custom logos for customers and companies who want to give out health and wellness packages to their employees.
Yeah.
And so we, for the last couple of years, I've been engraving. And of course, everyone in my family has one of those phone patches on their phone. My girlfriend, my kids.
And have any of them gotten COVID or gotten sick since they've had their Staywell?
No, matter of fact, my girlfriend, had these sinus issues and it seemed like they instantly went away when we started getting copper around the house. Not just the patch, we did some of Marcia's other great products as well. They're all over the place. Marcia and I, our favorite, the nose roller. We have this little expression, hey, copper up, copper up.
Copper up. There you go.
Copper up, baby.
They're probably wondering why you're doing that, but maybe you should tell them I know that's going to be a different show probably, but that did look a little odd.
Oh, yeah. It's a Q-tip for the nose because we get most of our colds through our nose or on our hands. So if we keep our nasal passages germ-free. Yep, Cece.
Mm-hmm.
Rich actually said he was going to come on with one hanging out of each nostril.
I thought of doing that too. Remember, Marcia? I told you that.
Anyway, we are just thrilled that we met Rich. It really was such a blessing. And the funny thing is, I had just purchased an engraving machine. We were going to try and learn how to engrave. And I met him like 3 or 4 days. I put a down payment down. The machine was back ordered. So I wasn't going to get delivery for like 4 or 5 months. Wasn't it, Russ? A couple of months.
What a sign.
Yeah.
And then I met him. I'm like, the last thing I have time to do is I took the class. I paid to take the class. Let me tell you, turning out beautiful logos like this is a talent and a gift. It's not something I could have learned. And it's so fabulous. I can send Rich, I can email him a website and say, pull off the logo and duplicate it. He is a genius. And if he can't quite get the site off, he has the artistic ability to match it perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
We've never had one customer say we didn't get it spot on. And we've done a lot of engraving. So Rich, you are our copper king.
Yes, hats off to you. Hats off. I love my work that you've done.
One more little tidbit on her story right there. The company she was buying the engraver for, that's where I work. So
and we never met except in this horse park somewhere.
So I killed a sale for my company.
Yeah, so I called the company the next day and canceled the order and said, send me my deposit back. I'm not going to do this engraving myself. So God wink.
As far as I know, they're not mad at me, so don't worry about it.
It all worked out, right? It all worked out. It's
well,
fantastic.
This is the first time I've shared my secret Copper King with the world. So now everybody knows who does my engraving. But I get the first slot in his work schedule, right?
You're always my number one. Even if the volume's not there, you're always. I can do one, I can do thousands, So we try to take care of Marcia right away all the time. She's awesome. The product's awesome. And I just love making customers smile. I like when you see your logo on it, if you're not really expecting it, the first time you get it. She's had several customers, with the, oh my God, because we do a lot of tricks with the software to engrave special lines and special directions, because I know how to make it, pop out. So when it hits a light a certain way, maybe Russ, you've seen it on yours, it'll just jump out and it'll hit you. It's awesome. And I don't see how she should ever sell not one thing without something on it.
I have to agree with you, Rich. I have to agree with you. And when I first saw it, I was blown away. So I just really was impressed with the work. So, and thanks. I enjoyed the logo, and I'm going to continue to share it out. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's awesome.
Now, Russ, why don't you share your story? How long have you been using copper, and have you gotten sick?
Well, I have not been sick, and I've been using, months. It's been months, and I've had it on my phone for as long as I can remember. I'm not sure when you first engraved it, but I haven't been sick. I haven't felt sick. I haven't had anything. And like I started wearing this, the roller around my neck, and I gave one to my mom, and so I have another one here that I like to show on shows every once in a while, and show your work there, Rich. So you can see that. See how that shines right there? It's pretty awesome. So
I might have to buy one. All right, maybe the one that I'm going to buy from you or on Amazon. Can we send it to
Amazon? We don't offer the engraving service on Amazon, Jenny. You would have to call our office.
I'll buy it for myself.
Yeah.
There you go.
But because I'd want to get Gold Standard Creative. Well, not Gold Standard Creative. Sorry, Jenny's Gold Standard. Maybe Gold Standard Creative too on there.
We could you want to customize it with logos. You want to customize it, personalize it. For family, someone's name, someone. In memory of whatever, it's, we can put anything on.
We just did engraving about 2 weeks ago for a girlfriend of mine's mother passed away, and she wanted a copper patch with her mom's name and birth and death dates on, and to put on her box that held her ashes.
Wow.
I mean, it was very sweet. And so
I personally almost thought Marcia was, making, just messing with me. I said, so you're going to protect someone in an urn from getting sick? And she said, look, let's not turn down anybody. I said, all right, let's do it.
There you go.
So I guess those ashes are solid.
It was a dear friend, and they just wanted it as a way to memorialize their mother. And Rich's engraving is so beautiful. She said, I'd want to have it on Staywell. And I know that all the grandkids and the great grandkids all really touched it and embraced it and shared the grandmother's spirit before they wished her farewell. So that was a pretty interesting story. We've done some cool engraving, Rich.
Yeah, I mean, every time Marcia turns over a stone, you know, like a college and university, if they want to give away a graduation present with their, you know, alma mater on there, whatever.
There you go.
And here's a heads up. I just heard we're going to be doing engraving for the Miss America contestants. Patch is going to go in each one of their Miss America bags.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Rich, you'll probably want to go hand deliver those just to check out.
I get to?
His girlfriend would love that.
If I can do that.
I can let you and the Admiral go check out the Miss America girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I could
They're
see
needing
it
judges,
being
you think?
Pardon?
They need judges, you said?
Well, I'll check.
It's hilarious.
I like the idea, Marcia, of using Rich in putting logos on there to send out for introductions, because you send something like that in the mail and you'll get it to them, and you're more than likely to get a conversation out of the package, if nothing else.
Well, there's nothing dreamier than our cell phone, and there's nothing we touch more than our cell phones. So why not use that space on the back of our cell phone case to promote your brand, your company, your website? We're going to try the QR code because, you know, it's a pretty cool way to utilize the back of a cell phone case. And so every time your customer picks up their phone, they see your business on. It's just smart business. And you're keeping your biggest commodity, your customers, healthy. What better gift can you give somebody? Germ-free, all natural, no chemicals, lasts forever health. I mean, it's pretty, and made in America. Oh, I should finish, you guys. Women-owned company. We have 7 veterans making our products now. So we're about as red, white, and blue as you can get. We really do want to stay strong. And I was at a trade show in Las Vegas about a month ago for e-commerce. And I was listening to all these different people there, and it was a big trade show, talk about their supply chain issues and how hard of a time they're having getting product out of China, and what they're having to pay to get space on containers, if they can even get space on a container. And I just said, no supply chain issues here. We're made in America.
Right?
Yeah.
Beep, beep, beep. Beep in America too.
Beep.
I think.
Well, I think we just need to continue to promote it.
And Rich, you know what the stone was about?
Sorry?
The stone that you picked up from your niece?
Oh, the beeple from my granddaughter.
Yeah, I don't think Rich knows about that.
Rich, this is our little mascot, Beeple. My granddaughter Kate made this for me. She's 13, and she sent it to me, and it made me just the happiest grandma. So I wanted to introduce Beeple to the Amazon world today because she's pretty cute.
She's cute.
Rich. Beep, beep.
Don't let me get a hold of it. Anything I get a hold of, I just try to engrave.
See, I thought, honestly, I didn't know it was a girl. I didn't know the rock was a girl because I thought she had.
It's not a rock. It's made out of fleece. It's real soft.
Oh,
I thought it was a rock.
it looked like a rock.
No. Yeah, so I thought the smile was actually a copper bow tie.
You see
hear that? If you're watching, you're getting a market build up for your product. Right. Nobody knows how to sell like your grandma. I love you.
So you said it's.
I also want to give a shout out to Will and to Luke and to Ross and to Janine. I think they're watching, and I know they all have copper and are being well protected.
Well, we have people watching us, Marcia, so somebody's going to be knowing and understanding what we're talking about today. So let's do a recap. Staywell Copper, we're talking about staying healthy, germ-free, and making sure that you can actually leverage copper in your everyday life and everyday world, and making sure that your family is safe and those around you are safe. and making sure that you have an option and an opportunity other than chemicals.
Yes.
You know?
And
So
to those,
really,
sorry. To those of you that are listening, you can go down below and order off of Amazon. It's live right now. We are all live on Amazon right now.
and join us and follow along, because we're going to be doing more of these shows. We're going to be talking about this. We were actually on the radio show this morning and talking about copper, and everybody was all coppered up. So, you know, there's a lot of opportunity to get connected, stay connected, and stay well and be well, right?
And then we did a clubhouse after the radio show.
Yeah.
Yes.
So much fun.
We need all of you in Amazon land to support our business. We're made in America. We're proud of that. We work hard to give you the very, very best way to keep you and your loved ones germ-free and healthy.
You were on Clubhouse, Jenny. What was your thoughts on it?
I thought it was great. I was like, wait, Howard introduced me to you. You two introduced me to Marsha. You guys introduced me to the woman that was hosting. And I was like, all right, that was like my fourth show. This is like my fifth show today. I was like, wow. So, but that was really exciting because so many of us are all staying well from Marsha's products and Howard's products. But it's just that it's really working. These products are really working. So I didn't really tell you guys my story, but I need to stay as germ-free as possible. But I'd rather use the copper than use the hand sanitizer, because I know that it goes through your skin, it gets into your bloodstream. Hand sanitizer does, and it's not good for you. It's like,
And those plastic bottles end up in the landfill, which is not good for our planet, much less all the fossil fuel it takes to make a plastic bottle, to ship it to the hand sanitizers. They fill it, they ship it to the stores. I mean, the cost is far more than just in global resources is really damaging. Where our product, you can recycle it, it lasts forever. You never want to throw it away. Even if you change phone cases, take your copper patch off and put it on something else you touch a lot.
Yeah.
And my favorite idea that you gave me was that, because I had to take mine off and put it back on, and it did go back on. But you had said you can put it right below your switch, your light switch. So people are always like turning on your light switches, especially like in the kitchen. And so here I'm trying to do that one. Maybe there's two. You've got your little patch right there. So
That's a good idea.
It's got a little halo thing too, right?
I love it.
Yeah.
So many places you know people touch all the time. Steering wheels, door handles.
Yep.
There's all kinds of places that would be helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. I mean, don't even think about that. I mean, do you guys think about it? You're like, you're driving your car.
All the time.
You do. I know you do. I'm just saying, most people don't. I'm always like, you don't want to say you're a friend who's driving you around. You're like, is your steering wheel clean here?
That's
Let me
good.
check like this.
Jenny, there's some new products coming out that will take care of that. I was at a restaurant on Thursday with my husband, and I excused myself from the table to go to the ladies' room. And I went in the bathroom stall and I closed the door, and there was a latch. And I latched it and I went, ugh, I bet never has that latch been cleaned. It grossed me out. So of course I locked the door, and then I start rolling my hands on my roller, because I know no one ever cleans these places that we all touch all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, they may go in and clean the floor and the toilet, but they aren't cleaning all the things we all touch in public places. And that's why it's so important to have your roller. I wear mine around my neck, as Russ and Cece does. Next Amazon Live, we'll be featuring another product. Today, we wanted to stay focused on the medium phone patch. As I say, it's available on Amazon. It's $17.99. We ship our orders within 24 hours. We've shipped every state in the country, and we've probably shipped 25 or 30 countries now. So we're starting. We haven't got the whole world covered yet, but we sure would like to, because there's no reason we have to get sick. And that was my reason for starting the company. No one should ever be as sick as I was from a MRSA staph infection I got in a hospital in Chicago. And that started this past year.
I didn't know that. I did not know that. Oh, congratulations. It's not congratulations that you got that sick that you had to like. Hey guys, saved you, but here's why: because my copper products now. You can save everybody else.
I wish I had it when I had staph infection or E. coli.
Oh, she had it from my mom too.
Well, I have an acquaintance in Denver who had a heart transplant, and we made a large copper patch for her hospital room, and she made every human being that walked in or out of her room rub their hands on it, from the doctors to the nurses to the visitors, because she did not want to get infection. And I know when Cece's mom, who just has gotten a clean bill of health from pancreatic cancer and breast cancer, God bless your mom, she had copper at her side as well, because we didn't want her getting an infection in any of her open wounds.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. You know, and there's so many things that we don't even think about that we are all surrounded by, and some of these products and services and some of the amazing people that are doing great work like Rich and Marcia. And you know, it's just one of those things that we just have to be thankful and have a little gratitude towards, and make sure that we're out there sharing this information, sharing this this amazing opportunity to actually do something for your family, your friends, and people around you, because it's really important for us to continue to support the communities.
I have a story I want to tell all of you. When you invent a product, it's very personal. It's your baby. And about 3 weeks ago, I have a business colleague in Minneapolis who is the CEO of a very large company that does fitness to work evaluations. And she was having a meeting with a very high up person at Amazon. And they sat down at the table, and the lady from Amazon took her cell phone out of her bag and laid it on the table. And it had a Staywell copper phone patch on it. And so my friend got her phone out and it had a patch. And, you know, I know that's not a big deal when you sell Nike or a big national brand, but to a small company that's only 3 years old, it just made my heart so excited to know someone. I don't know who she was. She doesn't know me. We didn't send her free product. She actually bought it. And my girlfriend said, I know the lady who started that company. And the Amazon lady said, I love her product. I bought it for all my family members. That was the highlight of my day.
That's
so
awesome.
To you out in Amazon, share the word. If you do buy our product, or when you buy our product, please leave a review. We work very, very hard. Rich and I work our tail off to bring you the very best.
That's fantastic. And like you said, Marcia, you know, down below you can click and you can actually access it live. We're here on Amazon. We're also streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. And so the reality is it's available. It's real, it's helpful, it's beneficial to have in your life. And I just appreciate everyone being here today to share their story as well. So thank you so much for being here.
Love you all.
Love you.
Yeah.
Marsha, all your hard work. You too, Rich. Thank you for my engraving for my logo. I really love it.
You know, we got to.
What is your company, Cece?
I am a licensed massage therapist, so I have my own private practice. And usually when my clients, they purchase packages, I love making gift baskets and I personalize them. And one of my patches that has my logo, copper, your logo, that the one that you designed for me, it was beautiful. My clients, they really love your engraving, and as well as the copper. So it's just beautiful. And they always get so excited when they learn about what it does, and they're almost like blown away. Like, I can't believe people don't know about copper. And you know.
Yeah, I guess, Martha, we're kind of a health and beauty department here. I guess you bring the health, I bring the beauty.
Well, you don't sound so healthy today, but I know it's not because you're sick.
It's just a voice thing.
I think you were cheering at the Cardinals game as they were getting beat by the Chiefs.
I think I was yelling at the kids, but that's okay. Yeah.
and Rich, so you know, Cece's company is called Touch of Zen.
Yes.
Oh, that's why I meant Cece. I didn't know which logo.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Jenny's company is Jenny's Gold Standard, and we haven't done her logo yet. And of course, we know the admiral, the commander of the ship.
The commander of the ship.
Exactly. Exactly.
There's only
Yeah.
a few logos I do where I kind of sneak one to myself and save it. And, you know, the pirate was one of the coolest ones. Sorry, Marcia. That's why there's one tag missing.
That's okay, Rich. You know I love you. I couldn't. The day I met you was a real blessing because you've saved me. Can you imagine if I was trying to engrave these, what they would look like? Oh, holy cow.
I don't want to be mean, so
Yes.
I'll say they might look okay.
No, they wouldn't.
I can see how Marcia gets along with you, Rich. I really appreciate that.
Honestly, you guys have no idea that trade show and it was in a horse park. So as we walk out, there's just clouds of dirt everywhere, and
Horse manure. Oh,
we had no idea that this great thing that we have together here would come out of this. It's
Oh,
awesome.
Yeah.
sometimes the brightest lights come from the darkest places, right?
I guess we called it the horse poop show. So
Yeah, it's really spices. Yeah, exactly.
I think Cece did one of these shows with me too.
Yeah.
Were you at that show when I met Rich?
you did have a chair next to you there. You did have a massage option.
Yes, yes. Cece was with us.
I didn't.
That was the day I met Rich.
That was that day. I have another event coming, and you remember we had put the patches on my massage chair.
We put phone patches on each side of her massage chair. So when people are leaned in forward in the sitting position getting a chair massage, their hands are touching the copper patches.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
that's brilliant.
event next Saturday, so that's definitely going to make me feel a little bit, rest easy. And then I'll let them know because they're going to ask, what is that? And then here we go. We're going to be talking about the halo effects and all that. So that'll.
My copper crusaders.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Gosh, you guys have made this Amazon Live so fun, so interesting, and I really wanted the Amazon world to know it's just everyday people like the five of us who are bringing this wonderful product. It's not some foreigner in a foreign country a long way away sending junk over here hoping that we all like it. This is a company that really cares. As you can tell by all these people, our hearts are all in this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And thank you everyone for being here. I know that time is precious, and like I said, gratitude for all your time and effort and energy. And Marcia, it's
Right.
always amazing to hang out with you. So go down and grab
Like
your
right down
products and order them now, and
So we're
let's
down
get
there?
that going. So yeah, right down there.
Right down there. But
Go
seriously,
down and look for Staywell Copper Phone Patch, and you'll be very happy you did. Cold season in the U.S. starts next month, so you might as well arm up now. And as kids are going back to school, you want this on their tablets. You want it where. Yep. And next time we'll talk about the rollers. You'll be seeing a lot of rollers up the nose next time because we're going to tell you about the magic of that.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much for being here, everyone. We're going to wrap it up today. And if you have any questions or anything that, follow the show, follow the Pirate Syndicate, and then reach out. We're all available to answer questions. We're all available to help you understand what you can do and how you can be impacted by the quality of the Staywell copper products and everything that goes along with it. So, and as always, Marcia, it's a pleasure. Rich, great to meet you. Good to see you, Jenny,
Good to meet all
again,
of you.
and
Hi.
Cece.
There's-
We'll have to catch up.
Hi, Cece.
I could use a good massage.
I get one too right now, but I don't live there. That's why I
Bye,
just-
everybody. Thank you. Stay well and be
Thank
happy.
you, everyone.
Hey,
Appreciate
have a
you.
great day.
Take care.
Bye.